You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA.
Baby!
What's hood, y'all? You are now tuned in to IE Radio. My name is Heavy the Homie. On the ones and twos, we have Nappy 2000. This song comes from the homie Murky Merc, and it is titled The Man with 9,000 Hands. Shout out to the homie Merc out in Texas. Get your money, buddy.
It's over 9,000. Hey, yeah, I get it poppin' any time of day. Poppin' like my power level, make a rapper start to break. You see my drive when you see me take the ride away. Compton on my back, California still the license plate. Baby, what I'm trying to say is I prefer to find a day. Smoking, watching anime, tell my lady namaste. I used to contemplate on different ways to be the greatest. Nowadays I'm contemplating just on how the hell I made it, I get so faded, I don't hear the critics, haters talking, but they breaking up. Hey, I told my BD I'm a player. I've been married to the music and we having an affair. Yeah, product of the streets like it's retail. Hey, please don't touch me like an email. Hey, hit the beaches with these beasties, only thing it bringing need a mermaid, not a sea snail. Tell me something that I don't know. Hard to sleep above me like a nose full of that cocoa. I've been paying dues, you can pay for that fake promo. The lady monkey stank, but the brain mojo jojo. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, they're right. There's definitely someone on the way. But I don't see how. The power level's too high. You see my scouters reading 5,000.
Like Perky, wow, murky how, versatile with verses now. Cruise through risky business, but it be different with this person now. I'm doing this often, digging they hole and I'm doing it drop. I'm putting the drill in these screws in they coffin. Rapper been dirt, so I threw that on them. Hey, I'm a worker worse than Furby, shooting first at Larry Bird. Smell that in the air, I smell rappers everywhere. These jelly, hella scary, telling fairy tales. Cut the contract with the contingent, plenty spilling for my
plenty spilling for my
This next track comes from the homie D-Rock the Menace. This song is called Breath of Fire. You can check out the video on YouTube. Shout out to D-Rock, the shaman homie.
What's up? I share. Watch this.
Lefty did it.
Low-key, I can't help it. Too much love, no selfish. Embracing imperfections, that is why I'm so damn perfect. And my heart is filled with gold, that's why I'm shining. Vegan on my teeth, so you know ain't no denying. Always got kombucha in my cup, don't need no Henny. Shout out to the homie Dino, he supply a naga plenty. Stretching, doing poses, doing all this yoga. Call me Yogi, giving honor to the ones before me. They the ones who know me best. As I salutate the sun, Hail Selassie, I salute the number one, that's the truth, and I hail the Trinity. Father, mother, son, I ain't lying, then I tell no lie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't. Truth is all inside, watch me speak in tongue. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Mane Pade Ham Mang Sang Wahe Guru 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 Wahe Guru Guru Ram Das Guru. Did I lose you? I'm a FUBU. No Fat Albert, but my truth is heavier than 9 dudes. Hoping that this knowledge stick inside your ear like wax do. Prick your heart like tattoo so you land on feet like cats do. I'm a for menace, but you already know that though. I be crystal gemming. Never hit the pookie though. Dropping that as give me liquid or the taps froze. DMT late night out the homie bomb. Healing. Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner. Aku Jasaner. Dive in Michael Phelps, strip like wood through the void, collecting knowledge of myself. I'm a stone cold killer serving all these ego depths. I be floating like a spirit trying to invoke my ancestors. Last night we had a full moon. I casted spells up underneath that full moon. You know I'm on, charge my stones underneath that full moon. Pure intentions, Gaia guide me higher than a full moon. The way she take them draws off, I'm hiding like it's full moon, but it's high noon. I'm vegan, all the milk I drink is cashew, no cow food. Leave them in the pastures. Oh my God, man, the rapture. Get protein from my broccoli. Third eye, I see properly. Psychedelic, I'm properly. High as hell, no devil beat. He is I, you or me. We are all my family. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. Echo card mixing Sanskrit in my rhetoric. They hating saying all I rap about is psychedelics. Yes, I'm down for the cause. I'm a psychedelic advocate. Boy, I'm a shaman. Hit you with this fungus trip. Throw your aura in a pool. Let you learn your ass to swim. Psychedelics are not drugs, just the best of medicine. If you haven't, you should have them. You will thank me in the end. Got a bucket if you need to purge that bullshit. Bet your whole life everything that you was taught is bullshit. Hotep to my people, berry rise about them bull feces. Don't ignore the spirit if you feel it in your soul reaching. Begging you to come back home. Just let your soul lead you to knowledge of yourself. Thank your ancestors. Hotep.
This next track comes from the homie Lamborghini Ace. This song is titled 100 Clips. Check out the video on YouTube. Shout out to Lambo Ace.
Yeah. You know what it is. Twice I came back, had to whip it new. They know all I do. Let the blind lead the blind, yeah. Well, I was on my last dollar, I was on my last prayer. Like God, I swear if a fool low, then all these gon' get the solo. Meanwhile, I hustle like a white crook, but smart enough to pick up a black history book, yeah. I'm over their head like black Jesus. All these white lies, but all these European misses, less is black. They know I spit for the press. I give a if you want to impress, yeah. Facts ain't mutual. Study me is what you need to do. Peekaboo bands, I could afford the less. I could record engineers, press ignore. Now what I reheard, tables and turf, bridges and burn. Now they wanna coincide with them. Yeah, they feeling him like static. Just another ghetto chill. Turn magic. This AJ on that 444. I'm black, you black, right, black, right, black, right, black, right. Well, yeah, we all want more. Yeah, I can rock with him. But they scheming off the top. Red alert, I'm about to pop. Like serving, skirt. Work, better come back early morning. Like church. They switched up when the lights was down. They switched up when the lights was down. Why? Yeah, they think that the lights on the limit. Yeah, I'm Dambo, Denzel, Samuel, got a clear. This ain't a movie, I'm back, Denzel, Samuel, got a clear. Put your hands out my pocket. I bet you won't. I can zap like Judah, I can bob like Marley. We stay far high, so high, no TNT, no safari. Yeah, I'm laughing at any Harley. You ain't on my level, you rap when I bass trap up. You ain't on my level, you force when the forest go. You ain't on my level, you force when the forest come. Yeah, speak to ass one. Yeah, I'm on the line, so what's he take for the time? Yeah, you so nasty. Yeah, face from Ashley. All on the chair. But the world thinks she's classy. Yeah, well I know a few, and I don't give a big shine. Yeah, this what the record do. I can't trust the go. I can't trust the. My jam rockin' the club like Chapo. The white laws, diamonds unflawed. I'm the next at the squad like Wayne Paul. CEO, LLC, BMO, OT. I'm a vet with a rookie OG. With all this knowledge, you're tripping on me. The who does make concern? North Africa. The Moors make this war turn. Now what's turn? They switched up when the lights was down. They switched up when the lights was down. Why? Yeah, they dimmed the lights on the limit. Yeah, I'm Dambo, Denzel, Samuel, got a clear. This ain't a movie, I'm back, Denzel, Samuel, got a clear. Get your hands out my pocket. I bet you won't. They can't stop. Yeah, that's Lamborghini. A hundred.
Once again, shout out to Lamborghini Ace. This song is called 100 Clips. Check it out on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. This next track comes from our other guest we had on the show, fellow OG Records artist DJ Upgrade. Coming up next, we have special guest Mercy, who's also from OG Records. Shout out to Too Short.
We kick it and our vibe is cool, but that don't mean you my boo. I can't be no fool. Don't ask why I move so cruel. I'd rather be a wolf than a fool. I can't be your dude. Our vibe wavy, we better. Push each other to do much better. Hey, why you trying to stress me out? The chemistry is popping, I ain't trying to test it out. You see a title won't stop me from another. Nope. I done been loyal to a chick without the cut on my off on New Year's Eve. No hard feelings, baby, do your thing. Yeah, we friends now. We both doing this, there's no need to pretend now. I've been sitting late night in the Benz clown. Told my new that you ain't nothing but a friend now. I shake your hand like you my mans now. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. I ain't bitter, I'm a quitter, and that ain't worth the energy just to get her you. Hey, it would discuss you. I your friend and never even discuss you. Love too stressful, never again. We on the road, baby, let's just get to the bread. Listen to your brain, not emotion. You gon' start getting petty, she gon' start roller coasting. You ain't solid, she a sneak thicker. She ain't even loyal, even when it's peace with her. Never yours, bro, it's just your turn. It might take a couple years, but you gon' learn. Last week you had a boyfriend, you not smooth, but you only for me, deja vu. Giving titles lead to headaches, all that. Just let me slide through so I can on that. Hey. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. Can't do it. I'll never be your man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Once again, we have a special guest tonight. Her name is Mercy. This song is called Tell Me, brought to you by our special guest, Mercy.
Can show no shame. Stop driving the car, let's play in the rain. 'Cause no one here's got reason left to take my hand. So won't you tell me you are? Tell me you are.
into IE Radio on KCAA.
What's hood, y'all? Once again, you're tuned in to IE Radio. My name is Heavy the Homie.
Nappy 2000.
And as promised, we have a special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's me. Mercy. Signed with OG Records. Too Short. Yeah. What's up?
She's the one you just heard singing on that song right
It was
before
me.
this. That was her.
It was me.
And us here in the studio were lucky enough to hear her also singing that song. She was singing along to herself. But, you know, it was
I was
beautiful.
trying to remember the words.
Yeah, she was, you know, oh, I forgot that's me singing, huh? She's like...
Welcome back. It's good to see your glowing face again.
Right back at you. I've been watching this whole entire time. It's like, it's so nice to see somebody who's so into what they're doing. Like, no joke. You're like all bopping your head. I was like, I love him.
That's what I'm saying. I had this discussion with somebody the other day. I don't like when people, I don't know how people can brag about making money at a job that they really don't like.
No, I feel you.
You know what I mean? That doesn't really make sense. So you got to do something that you love. So when you wake up, you just feel refreshed every single day.
Yep.
Every single day. But how have you been since we last saw each other?
I've been good. We released another single, beginning to perform more, and we're working on the next single. It's kind of just single after single right now.
Where was the last place you performed?
Dude, I haven't been playing anywhere. Right
No.
now, I'm probably going to be going to Vegas on Friday and performing at this one spot, which I don't even know. I just literally hit up everybody and I said, listen, we need to get things going. And then we have a show July 6th with Too Short out in San Diego. So it's going to be going full throttle pretty soon. Just give me another week.
We're in San Diego so people can know.
You know what? I'm going to post it up on my IG. Like, we just barely got the information. I know Too Short's already posting it up. Somewhere in San Diego, wherever he's at, I'm at. And Meter Mob and DJ Upgrade. We're all going to be there.
For sure,
Shout out to DJ Upgrade,
Yes,
who's a
for
past
sure.
guest. Go ahead and follow Mercy, her Instagram, for those watching either on KCAA website or through YouTube. You can see the Instagram right there. For those not watching who are listening, go ahead and, you know, let them know your Instagram.
For sure. Mercy_Dimensions. I'm also on SoundCloud. I'm on all the music outlets. Check me out. Even on YouTube, we've got all the tracks up just so you could take a listen.
Yeah, that track we just played actually, once again, is titled Tell Me. And the video on YouTube, we were talking about it earlier, is very dope. Nappy, you got to check it out. I don't know if that was one I sent you. I think I sent you the video for New You.
I heard a couple. I don't know. Is that what it was called?
Well, the song was Tell Me. That's the one, the video with the paint stuff, you know? I don't know.
Were you on Venice Boulevard? Wait, were you in Venice?
Oh,
yeah,
no,
that
that's
was Knew You Well. That was Knew You Well.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah, I
that
was
one.
coming out of a purple house.
Okay, for
I was like
sure.
walking like a diva while people are rollerblading past me being like,
that
what the
video
heck
was
is she
very
doing?
well put together. I love the angles and the, you know, drone shots they got. It was very, you know, professional. I was like, this is a dope little indie movie. You know, I felt the song even more, you know.
Shout out to the director, John, who he's on IG as well. Good looking John. He's quite good looking. He's a strapping fellow.
And he's good at what he does. So.
Yeah. He's going to be shooting the next song, Money on My Mind, which is off Dimensions as well.
Nice. And Dimensions, this is the EP that you're putting out, correct?
For sure. Right now we just put out 7 songs, and the idea is put it out, do single by single, see how everybody likes it, because, you know, we're working in like a single world now.
No,
it's no
yes,
longer,
definitely.
Yeah, it's no longer the album, you know, people feel on one single, and then the other one they're like, meh.
Well, it's like Post Malone. He kind of did that, you know, just drop single after single.
Exactly.
And then once you drop the project with all those singles on it, you're already going platinum within, you know, without it dropping, because those songs have already been listened to and streamed.
Would you knock on wood for me then?
Yes.
Or you can be like Kanye
cross
and
my
just
fingers.
drop 7-track albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's 7 tracks off of Dimensions right now, which was supposed to be a double EP, but we were like, screw it. Let's have them pick it out, and we're not going to use everything from the 7 songs off the first part. And I've already got like over like probably 30 like make you feel songs,
Right
which we're
on.
gonna finish up on Dimensions probably within the next couple of months, but we're gonna drop 2 more singles and take it from there.
For people who don't know, can you tell everybody what is it? Indie tronica soul synth pop.
Ooh.
What is
Well, you know,
that?
I'm trying to simplify it because people don't want to use that. That's like, it's like spelling Mississippi. I don't want to do it, especially when I'm drunk.
I mean, there's so many subgenres with music that we should be labeling.
It's true, but you know what? I mean, I sum it up to this, and my brother, he's like this little, he's this cholo from Minneapolis. Like, I don't know what I'm listening to, but he said it so perfectly. He's like, you know what? You're very indie, but you're like, you're still pop. Like, your songs still get stuck in my head. It's annoying as hell. And I was like, well, what would you call it? He's all, you're like acid pop. And I really, really like that. It's a touch of neo soul. It's a touch of pop, but it's still, you know, I'm very much influenced by, you know, the classics. You know what I mean?
Well, that was my next question, actually. Who are your, you know, biggest influences that you would say?
Dude, I mean, I listen to everything. You know, like you grew up and you had a family member that was into this, and everybody was into that. Every single family member was into something different. Nobody agreed on crap.
And you soaked up.
So I sewed it up together. I had two brothers that were into two different types of hip hop. One was the East Coast, one was the West Coast. I was like, I'm down for Tupac, I'm down for Biggie. Yeah. And then my mom was into the pop, Madonna, Tony, Sade. That was it. Motown. And then me, I got really into Seattle and grunge rock. Oh, okay. So, you know, I just mixed all that.
In your style, that grungy, you know?
That little dirty grungy.
Little, you know, a little bit, I see it.
A little grungy. Yeah, but you know, I started getting really influenced when Amy Winehouse came out. And I was already touched by, you know, Ella Fitzgerald and all those, like, classic jazz, blues artists. And then I just started mixing it together because it came to a point where you see what everybody else is doing, and I was kind of like, well, I need to do that to be pop. That's what I need to be. And then I realized I don't need to do what everybody else is freaking doing. Just like follow my soul, and started writing songs. And then I meet Short, and boom, boom, boom.
How'd you meet Short?
I know we kind of touched on it last time.
I kind of remember this stuff.
I'm gonna try to simplify it. I was on a date, and Short comes up to us. She's eating buffalo wings. And he says, yo, I ain't never seen anybody make buffalo wings look that hot. Something like that.
Something like that.
And then
put some pimping in there.
Yeah, and I was already at my, like, triple sauce. Like, I was already on the third drink, and I was like, I'm going to sing for him. Got in his ear and started singing him a song I wrote, and he's like, take my number. And I didn't take it seriously, and the next thing I know, I'm at his studio. He leaves me in a room for 3 hours playing the guitar with all these other rappers and singers, and I'm like, I am nothing like any of you guys, so I'm just going to play in the corner doing my thing. And, and then, you know, I started working with Meter Mob, which dope producers. You got to bring them on. And then we started doing Dimensions, get signed, and here we are. Like, it's just been, it's a hustle. You really, I love being indie. I appreciate being indie because it's, you know, me figuring out who I am as an artist, and Short gives me, you know, do whatever you want.
That's what I was going to say. He kind of gives you that independence, so that's dope. Shout out to T-Short for that.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to him for shooting his shot. I mean, he didn't necessarily understand what he was shooting for, but he actually got himself a very talented artist.
He didn't miss.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. No, and you know what? He's super duper cool, and, you know, works with me. You know, if you take it to like a big label, you know, they pretty much tell you the way you need to be, the color of your hair, everything.
Yeah,
and sometimes you get shelved. Sometimes you get shelved. With me, he's like, we literally put out Knew You Well, and he's like, okay, so next video? And I'm like, oh my God, let me get some in and out. Yeah. Like, let me
get some views on this first, you know? Come on.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's awesome, though. It's awesome that you're constantly going, and that's what we need.
Yeah, stay on the grind.
For sure.
What do you think the current climate is of music, since we're on the subject?
You know what? We're in an interesting spot right now. And you're talking to somebody who was so, like, jaded, dude. I was like, 5 years ago, I was like, I'm not doing pop. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not succumbing to any of that crap. And then, like, I listened to the album that I made when I was in that mode, and I was like, ooh, it's dope, but I wish I would have gone more outside of my box and you know, not been so angry. So, you know, right now, I'm not going to lie, I don't like a lot of the music. I feel like a lot of it is the same. Everybody is just following the same trend, and there's not a lot of innovation, and, you know, innovation to them is linked to some type of fashionista. Like, it's all image. And for me, I'm craving, you know, the people that stepped outside of the box, and they look hella weird, but they sound like a box of new. You know what I mean? It's something you've never heard before, and it's refreshing, and it's inspiring. I long to be inspired. So, you know, when I see somebody who inspires me, it's super duper exciting. But like right now, I'm not too excited about a lot of what's out there, and I feel like we need to be more, go against the grain, man. But look good. but go against the grain. So I mean, I love pop. Don't get me wrong. I love all the classics. I love Calvin Harris. I listened. You know, I like Dua Lipa. I love all that. But I want more. I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more different.
More substance.
More. I want. It's like a jambalaya. I want to have like a bunch of crap thrown in a pot and serve it up to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think as music, it's turning a page to that point.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. And I'm seeing people that are beginning to, they're beginning to change it up a little bit. But it's essentially you're recycling. A lot of people are just recycling the good sounds. Like I was hearing, who were you playing right now, Kyrie? You were playing in the car. We were listening on the way here. What was the name? He doesn't know. Who was it? Juice World, yeah, and it sounded like it was like old school rock. And
I just saw that dude's name recently. Who is Juice World?
You're telling me, like he just showed it to me, and I was like, oh, I hear.
He looks pretty poppin' though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
you just
I'm
gave me
down
homework for tonight. I got something to go look up now.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I mean, I need to too. I barely heard one song, and I was like, ooh, I can hear like he took a handful of this and a handful of that, and he made that.
But
that's awesome.
Isn't that what music is, though? Recycling, because people in the 90s recycled what they heard in the 80s. The 80s.
Yeah, but they.
You also got to put your own twist
exactly.
on it. You know, you got to add your own flavor to it. I mean, it's the same thing with cooking and recipes that get passed down.
Don't make me
Everyone,
hungry.
adds their own little twist to it. You got to.
Yeah, it's all good. It's just when everything's the same that I'm kind of like a little bit bored with.
It's all like food, like processed food. It's all coming out. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you hungry. But yeah, like we don't want the music to be processed too.
Microwave music.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get me wrong. I do love me a little microwave music. I do like a
every
good
now and
pop
then,
song.
yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially what I'm saying. But I do feel like it is changing, and there are some acts out there that I'm like, heck yeah, and I get excited about. And
well, we are in the day and age where labels aren't necessarily running the show, and independent artists kind of have a say in the game now and are able to do their own thing. So with that, the independence, you're able to do what you want and kind of be who you want to be. So that's, shout out to all the independent artists out there doing it on their own, DIY. Hustlers, get it.
Yeah, you got to be really driven. If you want to make it in this game, you really, really got to know what you're doing. I don't know half the time what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I feel you on that,
Just
kind of learn as you go,
For
go
sure.
with the flow. But as long as you got the right intentions and the right mindset and you have your goals, you'll be good.
Touch the people.
For sure. And Short inspires me. Dude, that guy goes nonstop. Every single time I'm at the studio, he's doing something. He's working on a new song. There's a mixtape. There's this. There's that. He's working with another artist. And you know what I love about him, and I notice he works with a lot of people that are up and coming.
Honestly, I was going to say that. I've heard so many, of my homies, I'll listen to the song, and then I'm like, oh, Too Short's on this. I'm like, that's dope, he did a song with them. And yeah, I feel the same way.
It's humble pie, man. I love that. That.
Well, it's not only keeping him relevant, but I mean, his music is timeless regardless, and he still does music. But it's also him, in a way, paying it forward because I'm pretty sure he had people, help him along the way. But he's kind of been the same way too, where he's did it on his own and necessarily, had to get it.
Yeah, it's something I look up to. Like he's a businessman, and that's where I want to be.
When did you pick up that guitar? I was really interested in that because you know what I mean. Like you were listening to hip hop, and then you kind of said you kind of drifted off to your own thing. So when did that come into play?
Well, I got forced to. My mom literally one day took me out of school when I was 16. She's like, "You want to be independent studied?" I said, "Sure." She's all, "You're coming out tomorrow."
That's dope.
And then so she takes me to my grandpa's house, and there was always this one guitar in his library. He's a little rich dude, and he had a guitar in the library, and he saw that I was sad, and he's like, "Take that guitar." And I was like, "Are you sure? It's been here for ages." And he's like, "You're the only one that when I walk into the library, you're strumming it the way you should strum it. And when I run in here and your brothers are in there, they're kicking the crap out of it. And I had to fix it twice because they broke the strings. You're the only one. I want you to work on it." And I was like, okay. And literally that summer I stayed in that freaking room just strumming. And when she put me in independent studies, that's all I did. So I was pretty much playing the guitar 16 hours a day. And I would get in trouble all the time, so she'd take my TV away. So I would always be like, "Oh crap, I got nothing else to do."
Good thing she didn't take the guitar away.
That little brat. Yeah, I mean, it comes natural to me though. Thank God. It's like reading a book. I love it. It's peace.
Some people are naturally talented at what they touch, and they can get a certain vibration from the strings that other people can't. Word to Jimi Hendrix. That's what I see every time I see him play.
And he was a lefty.
Dude. He played it backwards. I don't even think he readjusted his strings.
Dude, shut up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I know he played with his teeth. I tried to do that once, and then I was like, take me to the dentist.
Ended up at the dentist.
I tried doing that. I was like, no way.
Worst floss of your life.
A little bunny rabbit teeth, though. Yeah.
So what's the song that you've been touring acoustically from radio station to radio station?
Well, I mean, it's whatever single I have, but there's definitely favorites. And there's a song that I'm pretty, you know what, I'm not even going to say pretty sure. For sure, it's going to be on Dimensions. It's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written, and it's one of my faves. And it's called Beat Still.
Beat Still?
Mm-hmm.
What's that song about?
You've seen Pulp Fiction, right?
Of course.
Yes. Okay, so you know that scene where Uma Thurman's overdosing and she's got blood?
I had a feeling you were going to say
that. And there's this beautiful song in the background. I love it
song.
when you mix ugly with beautiful. That's one of my things. I'm just like, it confuses the brain, and you just look at it and you're ooh, I love this song. Anyway, so you know,
is it the song you're talking about that she puts on?
Is that Neil? What is his name?
Neil
Peart? Sure it is.
No, but it's somebody else. But I know his name if you were to say it.
Neil
Diamond?
No, not Neil Diamond. No, it's not. I know for sure it's not.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I know a song.
You're a Woman Now or something?
You're a Woman Now is the name of the song, but I'm not sure who sings it. But that is the name of it. She puts it on right before she does it,
exactly.
and then she ODs. Yeah,
and
I love that song.
It's such a beautiful scene, but the music with it is so beautiful. And I was like, God. First off, I thought to myself, I want to write a song that's going to be on a Quentin Tarantino film.
That's major goals.
And then second of all, it needs to feel like it's Nancy Sinatra Bang Bang. And I was like, okay. And then after that, I started watching Univision. And I was like, ooh, that's so dramatic. If I were to do like a dramatico Latina little kind of fused hybrid song. And then Beat Still came out. And it's one of the faves. You know what? Put it this way. If I know that I'm sucking at a set, I'll always bust out Beat Still.
That's your
and
go-to?
then I'll be like saved. I'll be redeemed.
That's
so,
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. You're a Latina in this industry because there's not many around.
There's some, no? I mean, we got Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's kind of more moved on to the acting and I know she has a show in Vegas, but
that's like one.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. You know what? I definitely feel like, you know, as a Latina and, you know, being, you know, the acoustic, but also can, you know, pop out the pop.
Yeah. You're
I'm
unique in that way, though.
I'm trying.
I don't really know anybody. Shakira's not out there playing the guitar or J-Lo.
She used to. She used to.
That's what I'm saying, but not
with
no
her like
more.
little hands and shit. And she do that belly dancing shit. Ooh.
Yeah, she used to do that belly dancing. Yeah, I remember that's what she was known for. But
did you ever watch some of that? I used to
Shakira,
want to do belly dancing and. Ooh.
It looks hard.
It's hard. I used to belly dance.
What do you have to work out exactly?
It's the hips.
Belly, fool.
Your belly, eh? No, literally. Imagine keeping your whole entire body still, but right here, the hips is what pops, and you have to maintain it. It's the hardest thing in the world. It's the hard, and you get back problems. Shakira has mad back problems.
That's why she out there doing it no more. I felt bad for the Hawaiian ladies. They'd be doing it too.
You look at them, you tip them out. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, girl.
You look so good, but it feels so
10
bad.
10 years you're gonna need, see a chiropractor. I heard. Sorry, here's for that. Tip them.
No, but you know what? Actually, it does feel good to be able to do what I do and represent the Latinas. Yeah, sure. I'm glad I can do that.
Yeah, so I'll wear that hat, definitely.
I'm a little weta Latina, though. I need to work on my Espanol.
Oh, I feel you. I'm the same way. My
Speak
girl,
Spanish?
I'm not fluent. I understand it more. My girl, Spanish is her first language, so we kind of go back and forth. I teach her English. She teaches me Spanish, so, we're good.
Did she just laugh?
Yeah, that was her laughing.
She giggled?
My dad's Mexican.
Your dad's Mexican?
Yeah, he's
My
Mexican.
last name's Salcedo.
Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me. Perdón.
Nah, I'm not. I got no Espanol in me.
Yeah,
hey, you just
said
said
his
it.
last name. That's
hey,
it.
You just said it. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll work on it. I want to write a song in Spanish, so I'll work on it and I'll invite you. You could mix it.
Yes, that would be lovely.
In there.
For sure.
So what's the song that you're gonna preview for us tonight?
Knew You Well. It's the latest single out right now. It's one of those classic breakup songs that I wrote after being dumped after 6.5 years from somebody who I thought I was gonna marry. And yeah,
that's like the second story this week I've heard of something like that. Sorry,
it's all good though. It's all good because you know what I think. If I wouldn't have been dumped the way I was, then I wouldn't have never been on that date, and I would have never met Short, and I would have never put myself out the way I did. So it's everything's meant to be. Everything's meant
exactly.
to be. Yeah. So I mean, Knew You Well is just pretty much little breakup song. You dumped me. I feel like crap, and I poured it all out. But I love playing the acoustics of every single single. It's better to me. I'm a pro at this, and this is where I feel like I thrive because I've been doing it. I've been performing since I was 16. So all I had was a guitar. So I've been playing everywhere. House of Blues, any little backyard boogie, and I feel like I'm
anyone that'll listen. You ever play on the like the subways or the out in New York and stuff?
I didn't make it there yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not big time like that yet. That's hard. Can you imagine like getting down with like that moving subway?
Oh, we have the name to the Pulp Fiction song. Someone said it's Urge. It's Urge Overkill.
Urge Overkill?
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
Oh, dude.
No, that's the name of the band, Urge Overkill.
Urge Overkill?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Okay, thank you. No, I mean, that's one of the most beautiful songs ever. I'm surprised I didn't know that.
Well, someone shouts out to
I don't even
Chris
know.
Gonzalez 66.
Thanks, Chris Gonzalez 66.
Oh, that's my brother, actually. Shout out to my brother, bro.
Shouts out.
Let me guess. Was he born in 1966?
No, he was not. That's my brother.
I don't know. Maybe you have an older brother.
1966? Whoa.
I don't know.
I don't even know if my grandma was born in 1963.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, my mom was born in 1959. Oh.
How old do you think I am?
Whatever.
I know I look young, but
Latinos don't age.
Yeah, for real.
Latinos don't age, eh?
That's hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and get set up for your acoustic performance.
For sure.
You want to spin a track real quick, Nappy, while we set her up?
Oh, yes.
Shout out to all our listeners out there. Once again, you're tuned in to IE Radio. My name is Heavy the Homie.
Nappy 2000.
And you've been listening to our special guest, Mercy, from OG Records. She's getting ready to play a song for you live on the air. Keep tuning in, y'all.
Time to face it. Sitting in the middle of the basement holding the jack. I'm anticipating he gon' call me back. Got so much on my mind, ain't no holding it back. In fact, I give a how he gon' react. For my first 19, asking where Lee at. Never seen him in the spots where we be at. For the next couple hours I sat till the phone rang. No luck or no cigar. So I said to myself, I try them all. Me and Vincent left out, went to shoot some ball. Came back, had a message like this, your Paul. Then I took to the phone conversation was raw. I had to let him know that his child was scarred. And right now we working through our mess. But I had to get some off my chest, so bear with me, y'all. Check it out now.
Just wanna take the time to let you know. Sometimes it's hard to let my feelings show. The possibilities are really so. This is all for you.
I was looking at your photograph, amazed how I favored you. I remember being young, wanting to play with you. Cause you was a wild and crazy dude. And now I understand why my mama couldn't ever stay with you. From the roots to the branch to the leaves. They say apples don't fall far from the tree. Used to find it hard to believe, and I swore that I would always hold my family as long as I could. But damn, our memories memories can be so misleading. It's misery, I hate to see history repeating. Thought you were the bad guy, but I guess that's why me and my girl split and my son is leaving. I did chores, did bills, and did dirt, but I swear to God I tried to make that work till I came off tour to an empty house with all the dressers and the cabinets emptied out. I think I must have went insane, thinking I was in love but really in chains. Trapped to the trap 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 to this girl through the 2-year-old who carried my name. I tried to stop tripping, but yo I couldn't end up thinking that affected me largely because I know a lot of people want me to fail as a father, and the thought of that haunts me, especially when I check my rearview mirror and don't see him in his car seat. So the next time it's late at night and I'm laid up with the woman I'ma make my wife, talking about how we gon' make a life. I'm thinking about child support, alimony, visitation rights, cause that's the only outcome if you can't make it right. Pissed off with your children, feeling the same pain. So Pop, how could I blame you cause you couldn't maintain? I did the same thing, the same thing, the same thing.
Just wanna take the time to let you know. Sometimes it's hard to let my feelings the possibilities are really so. This is all for you. Just wanna let you know. I wanna let you know. Sometimes it's hard to let my feelings show.
You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA. Baby!
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, Mercy.
I've been looking way down the road that I used to know very well. I took the 101 to the 60, then got up on a Hacienda. But that ain't the way that I go no more. I gave my heart to a piece of But love isn't perfect, but it is so worth it. We aren't perfect, the ones that are hurting. They're once we loved it, if I can just start it. But why am I hurting? It's 'cause I thought I knew you. Now I linger in downtown, looking for some sort of direction. But my thoughts seem drenched in truth that left some sort of sage. It takes every grain of me to not give in to these voices. 'Cause they ask me why the hell have you gone so far? But love isn't perfect, but it is so worth it. We aren't perfect, the ones that are hurting.
Once again, you just heard live on the air. That was Mercy. Once again, tell them what that song was and where they can find you.
All right, so you can find me on all music outlets, Google, Amazon, iTunes. I'm on SoundCloud too. I'm on YouTube. But catch the new video on YouTube, Mercy Dimensions. And you can find me on IG, Mercy_Dimensions. Follow me.
Thank you for coming on to the station once again, Mercy. It's always good to have a reoccurring guest on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And when can we look, forward to seeing this project? Do you have a time in mind that you're going to be dropping it?
Well, you know what? We're actually dropping the next single. We're doing it month by month basis, so you're always going to have something new out, especially throughout the year. But it's either going to be 2 or 3 months that we're going to drop the full album. But like I said, we're dropping Money on My Mind next, and I don't know if I could say the next name.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about it last time.
So it's Triple X song. But that's going to be another single. But I'm going to be busy, and I'm going to be putting out a lot of music. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of me. Just keep on following me.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, tell them where they can follow you.
Mercy_Dimensions. I'm on YouTube. Look up OG Records. Look up Mercy. Follow us. DJ Upgrade. Meter Mob. Too Short. That's my gang. Follow us.
You heard it here first, y'all. Shout out to all our listeners out there, whether you tuned in on our live on Instagram or Facebook, you tuned in over YouTube, or you actually listen on the radio. We do appreciate you. We know you can be, listening to a podcast or other streaming sites, or you could be watching TV, but we do appreciate, you giving us the time of day. So shout out to all of you out there. Shout out to all our supporters and our sponsors. Once again, Puff Sauce. For those that don't know, that's a medicated cannabis syrup. Our boy Nappy over there sipping on it right now, actually, on some Sprite, mix it in some Sprite. That's the way we like to do it. And for anybody who, doesn't like to smoke but maybe wants to reap the benefits of cannabis, I highly suggest you try some Puff Sauce. Ooh. Shout out to our other sponsor, Serious Cartoon Records. Go ahead and check them out in San Bernardino. The one and only record store and comic book store in the city. And also check out our sponsor, the Music Lounge 710. I was at the sesh earlier. There was a lot of good vendors out there. Every week they're putting on shows on Friday. This past week we had R.A. the Rugged Man and Afro. It was a pretty eventful night. Shout out to anybody who was there. We had to talk about it. Yeah. Shout out to MC Live for all he does. We wouldn't be here without him. The sessions, going on at the Aux wouldn't be here without him. So shout out to him, for doing all that he does.
And also, there's a show July 1st presented by Dante Lee at the Offbeat Bar. That's all the way in Los Angeles. There's going to be performances by Dante Lee, Wait 08, Light Bub, Gusto Bands, Vinny Cash, Matisse Marie, Mickey Taylor, and Cleo the Hippie, the Goddess. So please, once again, it's in LA, July 1st, presented by Dante Lee. It's another Loche LA event. Do not miss it.
Shout out to the homie Dante Lee. We definitely got to get him on the show soon. And once again, shout out to all the listeners out there. You can tune into our show every Tuesday from 8 to 9 p.m. on KCAA Radio. You can tune in on YouTube. Just follow the KCAA website, and you can actually watch this stream live. And, much love and support to everybody that's out there showing love to us. Tune in next week. We're going to have some more new music for you guys. And go ahead and follow all of our sponsors. You got any other advice or any kind words for the listeners, Nappy?
I actually do. It's okay. Because I learned this today, actually, because I was going, something happened. It's okay to admit that you messed up sometimes.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Lesson of the day.
Lesson of the day.
Words of wisdom.
It's okay to say, I effed up.
Yes.
You move on.
We all F up,
That's the past. Don't get lost in the past so you won't have a present for your future.
Ooh.
Words of wisdom from Nappy 2000. You've heard it here. And like you said, don't get lost in that. Get lost in the sauce.
Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to Puff Sauce one more time.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, of course, because, we drink it all the time. We got to shout them out. And once again, much love to Mercy for coming down. We did appreciate that live performance. I know our viewers on Instagram, they were, thumbing up and praising, all that. They loved it, so we do appreciate that. That is our first, acoustic performance. So.
Oh, no way. I was
yeah,
your first acoustic
yeah,
performance?
definitely.
Oh, shoot.
So that was much appreciated.
Okay, well, I hope you guys dug it. Cool.
Definitely.
It was amazing. I liked it.
All right, cool.
Right on. How many seconds we got left? How much time we got?
We have approximately 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Right on. Well, with that minute, I do want to, with much respect, say rest in peace to my friend Susie, who we laid to rest today. Chef Susie was a big part in the cannabis community. Sinister Medicinals, they were a medicated vendor that sold food, medicated and unmedicated. But she was also more than that. She was like a mother to my girlfriend and me. She was, one of the nicest persons you could have ever met, and I'm very, very blessed to have known her. So much love to her family and to her, and, rest in peace to Susie.
Rest in peace to Jimmy Wapo. Rest in peace to X. And shouts out to my girlfriend on a positive note.
Yes, we'll definitely end on a positive note. Much love to all of our listeners. Peace.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM. KCAA Loma Linda. Listen on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM.